I just wanted to show you guys my garden and what's been going on. Got some strawberries here, and I wanted to put them in the ground and show you how I did it. But first, I want to show you how I gathered some seeds from Amazon. Maybe about 10 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. And I put them in the ground from seeds. These are called heirloom. Good Blessings seeds, which are heirloom tomatoes, which are sweeter than just regular tomatoes, and they're bigger. So I planted the seeds and I got a crop. So I started to thin out the crop where I'm able to make cups so I can distribute them across my yard. So if you see, after my 8-week period, like I said, I was able to grow. And they're very healthy from the stalk. If you can see that, I don't know if you can zoom in to see it or not, but I'll show you one that I've repotted, because after maybe 12 plants, you have to thin them out. So I put them in this little containers that I've been giving Home Depot and Lowe's my money for years on these little pots. These are something different. The fruits are, vegetables are much more than $1. This was probably some Magnolia. There you are. Magnolias that I had bought maybe years ago, but I stopped buying them when I got my land so I can harvest my own fruit and vegetables right here on my own property. And I am having an amazing results. So this one here needs a little TLC. It looks like he got a little bit too much water, so I'm going to take him, and I use potting soil. You can see it's like roughage because the sand, it's like really sandy down here in Georgia. The soil is really, it's like sand, and it's not enough nutrients for plants to grow on their own. So you have to kind of make up a little compost pot. So I've done that with several of these plants that I've had success with, and I've repotted them. The stalks are healthy. I could sell this plant if I wanted to, but of course, like I said, I'm going to just harvest some vegetables of my own. All right, so we're back. I'm going to show you how I planted some green beans from seeds. And this is the original pot that I put them in. I used really good compost soil, but this pot has not a lot of good drain holes. So you see how moist the soil is always like this. So it's good for my seedlings. And it does have a drain bed in the bottom. I suggest anybody that's starting plants, you have to have a drain bed in the bottom, because it will make your plants root out. So I'm pulling these out slowly because I'm going to repot them. When they get so big, I don't leave them in here, because see how they act? They'll start like really maturing too small. So I have to spread them out, and you just spread the leaves out. There. Whew, my allergies are killing me, guys. Sorry. But I spread the leaves out, and then I put them in a bigger pot. So these I did last week, and they were the size of little mama here. And now they're maturing into big peppers. These are green peppers, orange peppers, red peppers. I planted them, and I'm going to transfer them after they come out of the bin into their own individual pot. So when they start looking like this, they're able to maintain themselves. They can get a little taller and stronger on the stem. This is a repotted collard green. They do that when you repot them. They're like very drama queens, but they will rise back up, stand up like him. But this is the starter point from the seedling pot. I put them in the ground here because they're close to the house, and I can take care of them a lot easier before I transport them to the big garden, which I'll show you in a second. Now, these are spinaches that I picked up from Lowe's or Home Depot one. and they're baby leaf spinach, and I put them in a pot. This pot's about maybe 16 gallon, and I filled it halfway with potting soil, and my seeds are starting to sprout. So they're very, very thin. I did them like in a row, and then I did them in some sprinkles. You want to kind of, when you water them, make sure the water doesn't get directly onto the top of the green leaf, because again, you can get dry rot. There won't be as strong, so you kind of want to take the water hose and dip it down into the soil and let it water from the bottom up, if that makes any sense. So these seeds will germinate in 7 to 10 days, it says. And in my region, they should sprout April through July. So I'm looking to have some baby spinach. So I'm back with you. I got my tomatoes here that I am going to put them in the ground. I dug some holes. Like I said, the flower beds, if you add dirt to a flower bed, you have to make sure that it's deep enough. That's what I'm experiencing now. Being from Cleveland, Ohio, it's really trial and error for me. So I built this brick enclosure of a makeshift garden, but it is not deep enough. So my collard greens get stunned at a certain height. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be digging around the yard. I do have an acre and a half of land, and I'm going to be adding a lot more fruits and vegetables to my property, because here in South Georgia, we have a very good environment to grow, and I want to take advantage of that. That's why I moved out of Cleveland, Ohio, down here to South Georgia. I have always been somewhat of a country girl, and now I am living my best life, because I am able to get out on my own land, farm my own fruits and vegetables, and eat as healthy as I possibly can. So today, I'm going to just be showing you once again, that my tomato plants, which are heirlooms, that I grew from seeds. Okay, I just went on Amazon. I found me some seeds for $1, and it had maybe 200 seeds in there. And I harvested some lovely plants. Just a second here. All right. So what I want to do is I am going to put these babies in a hole that I dug. Here we are. Can you see the hole? There we are. And yeah, my neighbor just said, oh my God, the gun is in Georgia. It's legal to carry. And we have coons here that are bigger as my 3-year-old grandbaby. So I will shoot the shit out of it if it scares me. So anyway, it's okay to take your seedlings and break them up, because you don't want to put too many in a hole. I'm running neck and neck here with my soil not being tested before I grew this year. So I am going to risk more than one plant or 2 plants per hole. Now this is a continuous feed soil that I've got here. It's a Miracle-Gro. And I mix this in because remember I told you Georgia has very sandy soil. I'm going to kind of dig out these weeds to give my seedling a chance to grow. And anybody can grow. It's trial and error. All you do is get out your shovel and go have some fun. Make some magic happen, because that's what I feel when I have success, is magic. So I'm going to go to my second hole here, and I do have some onions that returned from last year that I'm going to be adding some thick soil around, but they're looking really good too. I don't know if you can see them. My onions from last year, they came back this year and they look great. and they smell great. So this here, I'm gonna take down a little bit deeper, pulling out that red soil, if you can see. And I'm gonna put, this is a stronger of a plant, potted tomato plant. So I'm just gonna take him and kind of pull off one of the stronger boys. There we go. It's okay, like I said, to break up. And I'm gonna add some of my good soil, because this soil feeds up to 6 months, and your plants need that. So I'm gonna mix this in around, and I'm gonna get some more of my soil. And I'm gonna take the weed eater around here when I'm done. So my grass grows really fast here in Georgia. All right. So the seedling that I did not plant, I'm gonna take down to the next hole. And then there we go. Oh, I hate this thing. They said it was the best Amazon had to offer, but I find that it is hard to maneuver the camera on this ring light. So I'm gonna continue to put these in, and I'll be back to show you once I'm done and I clean it out. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you my end result. I did get the strawberry in the ground. That's it right there. I'm trying to give them some water. Got a few collard greens out here growing too. And they're looking good. Kept my markers up so I don't run them over. Then over here in the garden, I gave the collards some more room. I thinned them out. I took the kale completely out because kale isn't as big and growing as collard greens. So I put that kale in the plant. These are all the tomatoes. They got their own water well going. Putting them in the ground, my heirlooms. And then I put a bunch of kale in a planter because I eat this pretty often and I pick off of it, it grows right back. I like to blend it in my smoothies. And I do have some snap peas growing there that I kind of anchored up, my makeshift anchor. You know, you got to do things by yourself, ladies, when you're by yourself. That's why I said the cylinder block for the garden was a great idea. It was cheap and inexpensive when wood was at its highest. I started this during COVID, so wood was really high, so I used an insulated cylinder blocks, and you can find them anywhere. I pick them up as I'm out sometime round and about, so I'm gonna close up this. Found this log I cut. I thought it was pretty cool to keep as a planter. And I got my compost bucket going. So all the dirt that I dig up, and I mix good dirt, bad dirt, manure dirt, all in one. I just try to keep it all organic, all natural, because I will be ingesting this food and I want to be as clean as I can. So yeah, guys, I just want to show you my tomatoes. I'm going to add some fertilizer to them in about 5 days. Like I said, the compost that I use, the growing mix, feeds up to 6 months, but I like to add a little fish oil to the water. It gives my tomatoes a spunk of life. I got a few over here as well. This is going to be more like my planter garden, but I found that I had to take advantage of the sun wherever I could find it. So I put maybe 6 tomato plants in the ground over here. And I'm going to be adding some hay this weekend. Kind of kill off the dryness of the sand. Like I said, it's very, very dry here. All right, so until my next video, when I show you how to put peppers in the ground, we'll talk to you soon. This is Leslie, L Factor. I'm out.